Good morning and welcome to Take Your Life Back Today show with me, Ralf Friedrichs. Today is another beautiful day. It is a holiday, 4th of July, 2015. I just went on this tremendous campaign on Facebook and Google and the rest of the social networks or websites to show, to preview previous videos that I have done about anti-drugs, anti-alcohol, mad, sad, all those videos I posted today to let people know that it is most important to start thinking about what you drink and what you consume before getting behind the wheel, because the DWIs will happen today. Unfortunately, deaths will happen today. All that because of the carelessness of people not thinking before drinking, the carelessness of drinking and driving, etc. But let's keep it on a happy note. Do a shout out to Larry Geis from the Geis Academy at 516-485-2741. That's 516-485-2741. Go to www.odysseyconsultant.org. That's Larry Geis from the Geis Academy. He is an addiction recovery coach, a life coach, a motivator, a person that will help you from your addiction to your recovery hand in hand, 24 hours at a time. Touch base with him. Get help if you need it from him. If you need help with a loved one, if you need an intervention, call him at 516-485-2741. Larry Geis from the Geis Academy. Let him know that you heard about him from the Take Your Life Back Today show with me, Ralf Friedrichs. GlobeLiveGlasses.com. They are focused on saving money, folks. They are right now doing a special called the Independence 50 coupon code, and what that is that any frame that's $19.99 or more, you will get 50% off that frame. If you log on to www.globeliveglasses.com, pick out the frame, look at the lenses, write it up, fill in your prescription. Now, if you need help whatsoever placing your order, you can contact me, a person with over 30 years in the optometry field, at 631-599-0218, 844-405-HELP. I will help you place your order. I will help you with your progressives, your blind bifocal, your tinted glasses, your photochromatics, your transitions, your thinner ones, your anti-reflecting coating, even the frame styles and sizes. Call me at 631-599-0218. Go to www.globeliveglasses.com. Let them focus on saving you money. Today's topic is paying it forward in recovery. Where is your passion? Well, my passion lies right here on this couch each and every day. My passion is to help you, because when I help you, I help me. I hope each and every day that when I do my videos on my show, that I get two people help. One of them is always guaranteed to be me, because this is my rehab. This is my 12-step program. This is my treatment. Each and every day, working on my videos, each and every day, going to my social networks and working on them, going to my websites and working on them, letting people know the message is clear. You cannot abuse drugs and alcohol and expect to live a long life. You cannot abuse drugs and alcohol and expect to keep a relationship. You cannot abuse alcohol and drugs and expect financially to be wealthy. You cannot abuse drugs and alcohol and expect to have a normal life. You can, however, eliminate those two, drugs and alcohol, and your whole life will change. It is now time for you to take your life back. Being a host of the Take Your Life Back Today show is such a gift and a realization of my dream. Ever since I was sort of half pint with skinny knees, I've had two dreams. One of those dreams was always to be a soccer player and being able to speak when it comes from my one of them was always to be a soccer player, and the other one was always to be in some sort of showbiz. Even when I was young, probably in my early teens, my brother, as a filmmaker, let me act in so many different movies, so that was always a passion. I enjoy being able to speak things that come from my heart and my soul. Well, I may not be headlining Madison Square Garden, and I may not be sitting in a press suit across from Oprah throwing down my promo game for my next show, but I don't. But that doesn't matter. I'm living my dream. I get to feel my passion and help others like you throughout the internet world in over 17 different rehabs and treatment centers nationally and worldwide that utilize my videos for educational purposes. Being able to realize these dreams after all the tears, hard work, and white-knuckle rides that I have experienced in recovery has been nothing short of a blessing, folks. Yet, there are days where I feel uninspired and stuck, and I know that this is no man's land for those in recovery. Feeling stuck, sometimes inspiration comes from unexpected places. This week has been a tough one. It hasn't been tough in the sense that I feel like picking up the bottle again and want to roll hell-bent down the slippery slope towards relapse. I have hit one of those patches in my journey of recovery many times, and many times I have relapsed. This last journey in recovery has been, so far, and hopefully forever, the last journey. And I hope to God that I never ever pick up another bottle. I never did pick up drugs like marijuana or cocaine or magic 8-balls. For those in recovery, being sober and stuck can be dangerous. You never want to be stuck. And why was it a hard week for me? Well, a hard week could be for simple little things like it could be your job. It could be extra relationship issues. It could be financial. My week was tough because I had to get caught up in so many videos since my parents left for South Carolina. Remember, folks, for 2 weeks I wasn't able to videotape because my father was visiting. So it's been tough because I had to get all this material together. I had to get all this, pinch it all into 1 week, and I am now caught up again. So for those in recovery, being stuck, sober and stuck can be dangerous. If you stay too long in Stucksville, United States, your focus becomes more scattered and it allows those old thoughts and feelings to slide in the proverbial back door. While those moments provide anxiety, the inspiration you need to get that kick you need can come from somewhere unexpected. For me, that kick in the ass came from Bernie Sanders that I was watching. I think it was a video on YouTube. Let's see, from Bernie Sanders. Okay. Last night I watched live stream of the speech in Madison, Wisconsin, and for an hour and 45 minutes I couldn't help and hang on to every of his last words. It wasn't his talking points and platform that got my attention. It was the way he spoke and the passion that he showed. The way he's able to connect the dots with the audience and speak from the heart gave me the kick I needed to move the needle in my groove and realize that I was stuck. It wasn't working hard enough in regards to paying it forward and recover. I wasn't working hard enough. Paying it forward and recover, good for you, good for others, and needed for you to grow. We have all heard the term paying it forward and know its basic meaning. If it is often said that recovery is selfish, and in the fact that we need to put our energies and focus on ourselves and rebuilding our body, mind, and soul. That transition from addict to recovering addict allows us jettison the soul-sucking junk, and we learn to truly see who we are as beings and can embrace our beauty and the beauty of our world no matter how many flaws you might see. Once we understand and truly appreciate the recovery, what recovery does in our lives, it is our duty to share that love and humanity with those who may be struggling in their own recovery. It helps deepen our recovery and allows us to move beyond what defined us in the past and allows others to see what we are now and what we continue to be. How can you pay it forward in recovery? The ways that you can pay it forward in your recovery are only limited by your imagination. You can volunteer for a local organization or in a drop-in center for those who are in recovery. You can also become more involved in your 12-step group and become a sponsor once you have achieved some good, clean, and sober time. You can also become an advocate and be a voice for recovery rights and join a local, state, or national addiction recovery organization. You can lend your writing, artistic, or musical talents to a variety of causes. You can be a recovery blogger or even launch your own podcast or do a show like I do. Take a risk, take the plunge, and put your recovery into active practice. The concept of paying it forward in recovery is important to us here on the Take Your Life Back Today show. We strive to provide you with the information, support, and encouragement you need to combat chronic and progressive disease of addiction. Sobriety in itself is a very hard thing to deal with each and every day. So therefore, Take Your Life Back Today show is doing its part to spread awareness and start meaningful conversations on the topic of addiction and recovery and help in the fight to reduce and eliminate the stigma associated with substance abuse. Be part of my team. Be part of that movement. Folks, paying it forward, where is your passion? Can your passion be, like I recommended here, on a podcast, a blog, a show like this? Being a host for the Take Your Life Back Today show is such a gift and realization of my dream. Ever since I was a sawed-off, half-pint, skinny, little-kneed boy, I had two dreams, being a soccer player and going into show business. My brother, as a filmmaker back in the late 70s, early 80s, allowed me to fulfill my dream by acting in a couple of his movies. However, alcohol clouded my vision for year after year after year. It is only when I finally hit rock bottom and I decided to find my way back, to take my life back, that I was able to start doing this show. I have now achieved 524 episodes, videos that are on YouTube for you. Some call it entertainment, I call it educational. Every single video of mine is a message behind it. Sure, I do some inspirationals, but even an inspirational or a motivational video has a message. My message for today is that you need to pay it forward. You need to go to your elder neighbor's house because you see their garbage can laying in the street and pick it up and bring it to them. If you're in a 12-step program and you've been sober for a couple of years, you need to put your arm around someone that is just freshly seeking sobriety. Teach them what you already know. Tell them about the lessons you have learned, and tell them about maybe some bad things that have happened to you, so they can learn from you. Feeling stuff sometimes, inspiration comes from unexpected places. An unexpected place could be your neighbor who notices how happy you are all the time. Notices that you smile, notices your eyes are clear, and your neighbor who's an alcoholic. That neighbor might come to you for some guidance and directions. For those in recovery, being sober and stuck can be dangerous. If you stay too long in Stucksville, United States, your focus becomes more scattered and it allows those old thoughts and feelings to slide into a proverbial back door. While those moments provide anxiety, the inspiration you need to get that kick you need can come from somewhere unexpected. Where did it come from me? When I was on YouTube, I was watching Bernie Sanders. And I watched a live stream of and it was live stream, but it was on video, of a speech he did in Madison, Wisconsin for about an hour and 45 minutes. I couldn't help but hang on his every single word. It wasn't his talking points in the platform that got my attention. It was the way he spoke with conviction and passion. The way he's able to connect the dots with his audience and speak from the heart gave me the kick I needed to move the needle in my groove and realize I was stuck and I wasn't working hard enough in regards. And that's why I've been concentrating since my parents left for South Carolina to do a show and video each and every day, even on Throwback Thursday, which was yesterday, even last Sunday I did it. Paying it forward in recovery, good for you, good for others, and it is good for you to grow. We all have heard the term paying it forward and know its basic meaning. What is paying it forward? That means whatever blessings you have achieved and received from others, now it's time for you to spread further and give those. It is often said that recovery is selfish, and in the fact that we need to put our energies and focus on ourselves and rebuilding our own body, mind, and soul. That transition from addict to recovering addict allows us to jettison the soul-sucking junk that we learn to truly see who we are as beings and can embrace our beauty and the beauty of others. Once we understand that and truly appreciate that, recovery, what recovery does in our lives, it is our duty to share that love and humanity with those who may be struggling in their own recovery. It helps deepen our recovery, and allows us to move beyond what defined us in the past and allows others to see what we are now and what we will continue to be. How can you pay it forward in recovery, you might ask? The ways you can pay it forward in your recovery are only limited by your imagination. You can volunteer for a local organization or a drop-in center for those who are in recovery. You can utilize your 12-step group and become a sponsor once you have achieved some good, clean, sober time. You can become an advocate and be a voice for recovery rights and join a local and state or national addiction recovery organization. You can lend your writing, artistic, or musical talents to a variety of causes. You can be a recovery blogger or even launch your own podcast or your own show like I did. Take a risk. Take the plunge. And put your recovery into active practice. The concept of paying it forward in recovery is important to us here on the Take Your Life Back Today show. We strive to provide you with the information, support, and encouragement you need to combat chronic and progressive disease of addiction. Take Your Life Back Today show is doing its part to spread awareness and start meaningful conversation on the topic of addiction and recovery and help in the fight to reduce and eliminate stigma associated with substance abuse. Be part of my team, be part of the movement to help bring awareness to drug and alcohol abuse. If you pay it forward, I guarantee you, you will get 10 times what you have paid forward. Karma is very important. Paying it forward is very important, especially if you're battling a disease. If you start thinking positive, folks, you'll get positive results. The negative thinking days are over. Start today with a positive attitude and a positive outlook in life. If you're feeling down, you're feeling depressed, you're feeling like nobody in the world loves you, reach out to other people that are in that are going through sobriety. Yesterday I received a message from a good friend of mine who shall name, I will not name, who's received a summons, got served with papers. This particular person now has been sober for a few months. Well, the papers read something to this effect: we're serving you now because we noticed, and I'm being facetious here because it really pretty much almost said that, we've noticed that you are fighting and battling alcoholism and you're doing a great job, and therefore now we are going to try to take your children, to tell you you're an unfit father. Well, folks, what about all those years where this particular person was drinking? Nobody then decided to try to fight him for his children because he's an unfit father. They wait until he's in recovery for 3 months, showing positive results, to say, now we're taking you to court because my gut feeling is you're an unfit father. My recommendation to my friend was, first and foremost, don't let it suck you into drinking or relapsing again. Secondly, when you go in front of this judge, you let this judge know that alcoholism is a disease. It is equal cancer, leukemia, heart issues. Any disease can be fought with the right tools. And his time right now, 3 months sober, I have provided him tools. Other people have provided him tools. And he is on the comeback. He is coming full force back into a sober world. What were these people thinking when they decided to serve him? More importantly, the ex-wife and her new husband or boyfriend, whatever he might be, now has this little itch to go after the children's father because he wants to adopt the children. But he waited until this person has been sober for 3 months, all those years before he wasn't involved in trying to save these children, when my friend was actually drinking, so he waits until sober. Go in front of the judge, I said to my friend. You tell him how you've been battling. You tell him that you're going back to work. You tell him that you speak to me daily, which he does, and I will back him up. But most importantly, be careful you don't relapse and stress out. He is now finally going back to work, so he's flying to get back to work. And I told him, be careful with airports, the bars. Be careful with the shots that they serve on the airplane. Especially now. I would have told him that anyway, but especially now that he got served. Shame on the person that served him. A person in life is already down, so while he's down, you kick him and you beat him up even further. Shame on that person that served him. I know deep down inside that my friend can come out of this, but he needs to stay strong, and he needs to fight, and he needs to let this judge know that he has a disease and he's actually battling. What he's doing through the 12-step program, through me, is like chemo for cancer. He is getting the help he needs, so how dare his ex-wife's either husband or boyfriend to kick him while he's down. Shame on him. I hope to God that my friend goes in front of this judge and tells him exactly how well he's doing. And I hope to God this judge finds it in his heart to not say he's an unfit father. Teach your children to say no to drugs and alcohol. And remember, a sober today makes for a better tomorrow. That I promise you, folks. I hope to God that each and every one in my audience has the best day of their lives. But more importantly, I hope and I pray to my Lord Jesus Christ that each one in my audience has a sober rest of their lives. And may God bless you.